This guide is gonna teach you specifically how to do the 3-5 plant cycle, as it's called, where you get in front of the piranha plant without losing any speed, which allows you to go straight for the ladder jump at the end. It's also going to teach you the fundamentals of ladder jumps, so anyone that's just wants to know how to improve on this level fundamentally can also get some value out of the video. So as you can see, I skipped past the plant. I don't have to pause or rewind or anything to get past the screen fireball, cannonball, whatever. And I can just go straight for this, although it is pretty tight, but that's what the name suggests, right? As you can see at the start, this is actually really important. This is probably the most important part of this. I mean, it is the most important part. This level really teaches you the importance of slope boosting or slope jumping. And slope jumping is when you land on and immediately jump off of a downward slope. But it also teaches you the dangers of inclines, which is the complete opposite effect, where if you jump into or onto an upward slope, it's gonna kill your momentum, maybe even push you back a bit. As soon as you get into this level, you want to be spamming space to get the little slight acceleration boost, because it is faster in this game to jump at a standstill instead of going from a standstill to walking. As a rule of thumb, I like to jump 5 times at the beginning of the level. You may think that I'm on an incline, so that's bad, but the task does it, so I don't care. But there is an incline that will actually slow you down here, so this is why I only jump 5 times. The rest of it is pretty much just spam space, as long as you start at the right time. So my cue to start spamming space during this entire slope section is like right after this flower. Further right of the flower you are, the more likely it is that you're not going to bounce on the second bunny, which is good. Because bouncing on the second bunny often just sends you on a collision course with hell. This is an incline. So, like if you spend too long walking up there, you're just going to lose a little bit of speed, and it's going to really bite you in the ass when you go over the piranha plant. In fact, the piranha plant will probably bite you in the ass because you won't make the cycle. Now, you can just keep jumping, and you should, because you're on a pretty harsh slope, so every jump is going to maintain your max speed that you gained from the very first slope jump. You want to jump as far to the right as you possibly can, and this is so you spend less time climbing the ladder. The higher up the ladder you land on, the less time you have to spend climbing up it, and this is for everyone. This is a universal tip. For ladder jumps, there are 2 ways to do ladder jumps. It really doesn't matter which way you do it, it's just whatever you're comfortable with. I've started converting to this method, and you should use this method if you're trying to get the plant cycle, because it's simply like a little bit faster if you do it properly, which is to climb above the platform and then press space to exit the ladder. What I used to do is climb and hold right while I'm climbing, and then as soon as half my body is above this platform, I just let go of up, or anything other than all of your body is above the platform, and you press space, you will fall through it. You have to be fully above the platform to land on the platform after a ladder if you use space to exit. So keep that in mind. So you need to be safely above, press space, and you'll land right on the platform in the middle of the ladder. Then what you want to do is you want to press up. You want to hold up for just a little bit. As soon as you climb back onto this ladder, you have 10 frames to jump and then hold right. And then it will treat it as though you're actually still on the platform, and you'll jump from a higher position because of this 10 frame rule, and that will give you enough height to skip the whole green Goomba thing. Anywhere from 3 to 10 frame ladder jump on this, and frame means how many frames that you've been on the ladder before you jump. So this is a 5 frame one, and as you can see, it gives me more than enough height. So 3, I would say, is probably the minimum. But you want to be pretty sure that you're gonna get enough height off of it. So you don't want to try and optimize the speed at which you do this. You can still make the cycle with a 10 frame ladder jump. So once you've done this, you want to jump here, because this is a slope. Again, just spam your spacebar. You can keep jumping here. You don't need to, but you can. And also, if you jump here, you will get the tiniest little boost. It's almost undetectable, and in some cases it doesn't work. It's usually you want to land on those orange flowers in the middle, and it will take you clean over. But if you are a little late, it's a bad idea to jump from so far left, because the piranha plant might be further up than it is in this attempt, and jumping from further left will make you fall faster, and you will just end up falling into the right side of the piranha plant. Even if you were eligible for the cycle, if you jump too early, you won't make it. So at this point, you want to make sure that even after you've gotten this, you don't let your guard down, because the trick isn't over yet. So you don't want to jump on this hill. You want to just start jumping right here, and it's in between the pink flower, the rightmost pink flower, and this leftmost white flower. End up jumping around this little patch of foliage, and then stop jumping when you land, because this is another slope. You can get a edge boost off this cannon, but you really don't need it. It's also really risky. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Malware bites is slowing my game down. That's so awful. If that happened during a run, I would be so pissed. Oh my god, that's so annoying. You don't want to jump there because it will hit you into the fireball. Just use your brain. Hold on, I need to redo this rewind because this fucking pop-up, holy. Then you want to optimize your jump here, usually about this dandelion that I'm standing behind. You want to jump so that you land as far in the ladder as possible, and if you've got the plant cycle, this is a really, really tight timing. You've got to go straight for it, no hesitation. And this is the second ladder jump in the game out of 3. This is by far the easiest one, but the situation that you got yourself in makes it debatably harder than the first one, but not as hard as the 5-4 one, so you don't really have anything to worry about. This one is very, very lenient. You have even less height required to get up there. You can do like a 2-frame ladder jump or something. I think I did a 4 here, and as you can see, I just barely got over the fireball, but I was a little bit... I could have been faster getting onto the ladder after landing. I just wanted to make sure I set everything up properly. So you land up here, turn around and jump, and at this point, you want to pretty much relinquish control of Tim. You make sure you're facing left, and you've pressed left in midair. If you stop holding left when he grabs the piece, he should just naturally fall right in the middle of the ladder and let gravity take its course, and just dip under a little bit, and then start holding right, and you're out of the level. So here's what this should look like when you get it right. So I'm jumping as much as possible. Stop here to negate any chance of the incline ruining my thing. Jump far to the right. Do as fast of a ladder jump as you can, and then go back to jumping again. Beat the plant. Get the most out of your boost. Be sensible with it. Don't jump up here. And then jump over the cannonballs. Usually you're going to be jumping over 2 cannonballs. You won't need to hesitate at all. If you haven't rewound, you don't need to worry. You will get past that cannonball, and then make the clutch jump at the end. So I hope this helped anyone who's wondering how to get the plant cycle, but also anyone who is just fundamentally curious how to do ladder jumps properly. This guide should also tell you that. So thank you for watching. I also will have a strat comparison, a 4-way strat comparison of all the different ways to do this level, so you can see how much time you can possibly save and if it's worth learning any of the things that I showed you.